Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Mel here from Team You Finance. Hope everybody's doing well today. Alright, today I want to talk about when people suddenly stop talking to you out of nowhere. You can't figure out why, you don't know what you did. All of a sudden, they started moving differently. I'll tell you why they started moving differently with you. It's because of money. You reveal something about yourself to people that you were not supposed to reveal about your money, and as a result, it caused some type of envy. All right, but before we get into it, I'm going to ask you if you could please smash the like button and subscribe, and as always, share the content if it resonates with you. All right, so you've been talking to this person for a while. You guys are friends, things are growing. It could be a relationship, or it could just be a regular friendship. You guys are moving well, everything's going well. All of a sudden, the person just stops dealing with you. They don't call you back. They don't return your text messages. They don't do nothing like they used to with you. You're questioning yourself. You're wondering why. It's simply because of your finances. Now, let me explain what I mean. Many times when we meet people, or we're dealing with people, we tend to reveal a lot of things about ourselves. And the one that people really notice about each other is money. So maybe you and the person are friends, or you're having a relationship, any of that matter with that person, and you suddenly reveal how much money you have. You reveal, what you do for a living extensively, how you're being paid, or how you're making your money. All of a sudden, this person has all types of plans in their head of how they want to spend your money, what they want to do. Now, finally, they get the courage to ask you for some money, or to try to get you to spend your money in places that they want you to spend it, and you say no. They start to move differently. The problem is, it's not that it was wrong for them to ask you for any type of help or a handout, but what was wrong was the fact that you had revealed your finances to these people in the first place. You should have never done that. You got to basically keep quiet about your money. Now, if you've worked very hard for your money and you've gained your money and so forth, and you want to reveal how you did it, that's up to you. But I can remember growing up, I would always hear my parents say to me, listen, Mel, move in silence. You need to mind your own business. You don't need to share your business with other people. And this goes the same way when it comes to your personal finance. You don't need to let people know exactly what you have and what you don't have. Because when people know what you have, they start judging you. They could either judge you in, a good way or a bad way. Let me explain the good way. They could judge you in a good way and say, hey, this person's really well off. I want to be like this person. Or it could become resentful where they want everything that you have and they start hating you. You don't want to put yourself in that predicament. You need to move in silence. Another way that people size you up with your money when you talk a lot is basically they start expecting for you to do things for them. Now, these are things that they could have done themselves, but because you've already bragged and talked about how much you have and what you don't have, they start expecting a lot from you. You don't need to discuss that with anybody. You don't need anybody to validate you. Okay? You don't need anybody to make you feel that you're more or less than. Validation comes from within your own heart. This is where your self-esteem grows. Many times when people deal with you and they talk with you, they don't deal with you genuinely because they really want to be friends or they want to be close to you. It's because of what you have. And when it's money, money is something that makes and breaks friends. So when you start telling people what you have, this is where friendships grow and friendships develop. The moment you can't do something for them, the friendship comes to an end. You don't want to be in that predicament. Another issue is basically when people meet you and they ask you what you do for a living. Once you reveal to the person what you do for a living or what your financial background is, they determine how to treat you. And this is why you got to keep your financial business to yourself. You got to, again, move in silence. If a person knows that you work for a major company, you're making a great salary, they decide on that level that you're worth respecting. But if you have a job where you're making less than what they deem to be suitable income, they're going to treat you as less. So you don't want to deal with somebody who treats you based on the type of money that you make. Again, you need to move in silence. Keep your money and your personal finance to yourself. If you feel that you need help and you want to discuss your money, sure, find somebody that is credible, somebody that's in your league, or even a licensed professional to discuss money issues or money concerns that you have. Don't go to people that you know. They don't need to know anything about you. 90% of the time, those people that you're discussing and you're having conversations with, they're in a worse situation than you. And this is the reason why they believe that if you're doing better than them or you have more than them, that's where they start to resent you. Now, had you been moving in silence, had you kept your business to yourself, had you not tell anybody about the money that you have or the money that you made, they would have never had the nerve or the audacity to want to try to judge you for your own money. The other thing that I want to talk about with money is that it causes just too much envy. Too much. You'll have people that be at the same job as you. They're even making more than you. And because you knew how to spend your money wisely, they started resenting you. They feel you think you're better than them. They feel you think you're trying to show off on them. You don't want anybody to have those type of perceptions of you in their mind. Move in silence. Sometimes it's the very people that you are hanging out with, that you think are your friends, they set you up. They set you up to fail. They put people against you. They come with phony investments that they know that they would never take their hard-earned dollar and invest in, but they want you to invest in it. People like those you got to stay away from. You don't want to reveal your finances with people like those. Again, as I said before, we're moving in silence. We're keeping our personal finances personal to ourselves. You don't need to justify yourself to anybody. When you tell those people about the type of money that you have or how you're spending your money, they size you up in their mind. Why should you have to explain to somebody what you're doing with your money? If you had kept quiet in the first place, you would never had to answer or justify yourself to them. This is the essence of keeping our personal finances to ourselves. Now, you've worked very hard. You've made your money. You're working hard at making your money. You don't need to be sharing your money or explaining how you made your money to anybody. The people that want you to share your money, chances are if they had the money or the wisdom that you had to make the money, they would probably never share it with you. So why do you need to explain to them how you made your money? Keep those things to yourself. If you feel you need to share the wealth or the concern of how you made your money, then fine. Explain that to people. But stop going out and looking for validation from people. Sometimes even though people talk with you and they move with you and they say certain things with you, they're not in your corner. They're just there to get what they can get from you. And let me explain something to you. The moment that you're down and you don't have any more money, those same people don't want anything to do with you. Okay? They were always fake. They were never in your corner. They were never pulling for you, and they never cared what you did. They only cared about the supply of the money that you could give to them. And that's just how the world works. People just want to use people. So, as I always say, for this year, especially this year 2025, we're all about keeping and growing our money. We're all about leveling up. And if we're going around telling people what we have and what we don't have, then it defeats the purpose of even trying to level up our money. You're always going to have naysayers and negative people in the background. But what you can do to combat is that be responsible for your own financial growth. You're not concerned about what others are doing. Keep your business to yourself, and again, move in silence. People, if this message resonates with you or you know somebody that could benefit from this message, please share and like the content. Getting the word out there lets people know that they're not alone in certain situations. All right? I thank you so much. If you've gotten this far in my message, have a beautiful, beautiful, and a wonderful day. And again, level up your money, level up your finance. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Because chances are the people that you're worrying about, they genuinely don't care about you. They don't want nothing to do with you. They only want something to do with your money. And we're not about wasting and giving out our money this year. We're not doing that. Let me tell you, if we had been keeping our money in-house from the door, many financial situations that we found ourselves in, we would have never been in them situations. We're not going to compare what we did last year to this year. And we're not competing with anybody. The only person that we're in competition with is ourselves. We're in competition with our own selves. We're trying to find ourselves. We're trying to prove to us individually that we can be better or we can change. We don't need to prove anything to anybody. And with that said, again, people, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I thank you for your time.